All right.
3 people.
So today we are talking about something a little unconventional. We're talking about the book and the movie that recently came out on Netflix, Nappily Ever After. If you haven't watched it, there will be spoilers.
So spoiler alert.
Yes.
I actually don't mind spoilers when it's not like something I'm obsessed with. Like if it's like Game of Thrones or Power. Anything else, I don't mind spoilers. Like, I would rather not. Like, you know, but everything else, I'm like, okay, what happened?
Yeah, I'll still watch it.
Yeah, I'll still watch it.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you guys think? I guess should we talk about what they're about before we go into your thoughts?
Y'all know what y'all clicked on.
Okay, that's true. If you know about Nappily Ever After, you already know what it's about.
Yeah.
So what did you think about the book first? Yeah, we're going to keep the thoughts isolated, and then we'll bring it together.
Shorty came through with notes.
Yeah, I had to write it down because I was going to forget. I know.
I didn't write notes.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
But, all right.
Can you do an essay?
Shorty came with a dissertation. Well.
What did you think about the book?
I liked it. I liked the book. I didn't love the ending. I did not love the ending, but I know there's a sequel.
Yeah,
so
I think
There's lots. I think there's probably 4 or 5 books within the series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does the ever after actually happen? Like,
yeah, it's ever after for real.
Maybe
Like going and going.
I don't know.
Yeah. Should I go into my little notes, or do you want to?
No, I'll do it. Mine's really short because I don't have notes. Y'all sure y'all want me to go first? Basically, the book I enjoyed. It was just a little off when it came to like time wise. You know,
agreed.
like what is the time
writing
frame?
style?
Yeah, like I'm still not sure. Like you brought it up to me, and I was like, "Girl, you're right." Like I'm not sure when the breakup happened, when Clint met Candy. When did any of this happen? Like I need months.
I think that I became clear as you read the book, but it wasn't presented as like, this is how they fell in love. This is how they moved in together. Like it was like throughout the book, it was like threads or dots that you had to connect. Yeah. Wait, did you finish?
No, I finished.
Okay.
That's it.
So for me, I like the book. The beginning, I think maybe the first 2 or 3 chapters I didn't like.
Yeah.
I was like, this is, what am I reading?
At what point did you start to like?
When I started to sort of get into the story is when Venus's character started to be more developed. Like you started to listen to more of how, like the way she thinks, and then you got a little bit of Clint. So that's when I started liking it, because before I was like, what am I reading? Like where is this going? But overall, I liked the book. I was angry at many points in the book, like with Candy, because I did not like her.
I hate Candy.
No, I feel Candy. I really like Candy.
I didn't like her.
Candy needs a hug.
She needs water. She's so thirsty.
No, she's hurt. She comes from a household where it's not like self-love isn't cultivated properly. Like her mother was never like, oh girl, you could do this on your own. Her mom is constantly critical. Her mom is like codependent on other people. Men. Exactly. Like, so obviously this is not the best environment to, have the proper amount of self-esteem in a girl. She thinks that it's okay for me to have a man to complete me. I'm not anything without a man, where's this man?
I'm always okay with someone who says things like that, because then you're a growing person. But she was a full-grown adult. You should have learned by this time. So I didn't like her at all.
There's no excuse for that. And that's goes back to the timeline issue, because when Clint proposed to her, I was like,
oh my God.
What? I was like,
is this was the second time that they went out.
What?
Yeah, the second time that they
gotten intimate.
Yeah.
That's the second time. So it didn't really make any sense to me.
They about to break up
because
next book.
They were drinking, and he just said, and I was like, wait, this is gonna be a dream. I'm gonna wait for and then.
But
Clint
she met the family though.
She
not only does she meet the family, they're comfortable with her, and I feel like they prefer her over Venus.
I don't know think
if they preferred her.
At least Clint's brother did.
Clint's brother, I think, liked that she looked good. She was eye candy that came around. And I think that the thing is, I think like Venus helped Clint become the man that he is.
Definitely.
So like who he was before is not who he is today. So they sort of saw that struggle with the two of them. So there's like that history that's associated with probably like a Venus being very critical of his brother. So maybe that's where that came in. They didn't really get into that, but But I thought like Clint's sister at the end of the book.
Yeah, was what's her name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Althea? I don't know.
Right. Oh, I think that sounds right. Maybe.
I don't think so.
But in the end, like when they're at the wedding and when the sister comes up to Candy, not Candy,
I know.
Venus, and I forget what she says, but it's like
she's like you're missed.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that was definitely trying to show that there was going to be a sequel, like the way Clint looked at her.
Right,
that's messy, girl. He's already married. You leave him alone.
No, he's not. It was him.
I think especially for a man like him, for him to know the things that Venus did for him. And he genuinely loved her, but he was just not, like, I guess, ready to show her that in the way that she wanted to see that love or whatever, or receive that love. But yeah. Go ahead, Gigi, with your dissertation.
It really isn't that long, guys. I just had...
Guys, she has a PowerPoint slide.
I had things in my head that I wanted to put down. Okay, so anyway, so I think that the hair was symbolic of her life and how she wanted to like constantly please everyone. So, for example, her love relationship with Clint and how she stayed at her job, that basically she wasn't being promoted, like basically trying to conform into something that wasn't natural to her. So perming the hair, the hot comb, putting all those products in her hair was symbolic of her changing to fit into everyone else's perception. So I think that's why it was called like Nappily Ever After and had to deal with her hair. And basically like wanting to change herself in different areas in her life just to please others. So that was kind of like the same thing with her hair. And basically it was just all about people pleasing. And when she cut off her hair, it was basically saying to like everyone in her life and to herself, like, no, I'm going to take control of everything and I'm not just going to conform into what people want from me.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And like, I know are we supposed to like talk about the book first and then the movie? Because I kind of want to like make a bridge.
All right, let's make the bridge.
Oh my God.
I have a very strong thoughts on the movie.
I love your point over like, it was her decision. This is like my self-realization moment. So why are we skewing that fact in the movie and making it an accident?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Right.
You know?
In the book, she cut her hair because she came to a point of,
it was
I'm fed up and I want a change.
Exactly.
I just want something different. And she didn't check for nobody's opinion of it or anything. But in the movie, it was triggered by a breakup with her boyfriend.
It makes her look weak.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes her look impulsive.
Exactly.
It makes her look weak. It makes her look like she lets things happen to her instead of her taking the initiative. Let me start a new chapter.
Yes.
That's a quality in a main character that I would admire more than, oh my God.
Right. That's true.
Girl.
I did not like the movie at all.
At all. Like, it is that serious, sis. Lace fronts are down the street.
Seriously.
You know, now you have the perfect canvas. It's gonna be laid. Like, girl, it's really not that serious. If I was her friends, I would be like, okay,
even I guess in the movie Violet, not Venus. Violet's
really stupid too. Unnecessary change. Like it was so many things. Like I was like, what? But anyway,
and like her treatment of the little girl. Like at first, like, oh, your hair, your clothes, your body.
That was unacceptable, girl. Unacceptable.
What grown woman talks to a little girl like that?
Yeah.
And like if you do have the gall to talk to children that are not yours like that,
exactly.
You don't make a switch like, oh, hey, girl, let me braid that hair.
Exactly. Let me buy you a dress after you.
That's not.
I felt that way throughout the movie too, like the way she switched up so much. Like even with her quitting her job, it was like I quit. It was like what?
She's
like,
way too impulsive in the movie.
Yeah,
and like,
very impulsive.
It doesn't go with the character of like, oh, I'm super stringent, you know, I like look at my suits and you know, like, okay, if you're like that, you don't make rash decisions like that. Like,
you know what I think they did for the movie is they meshed the two characters, Candy and Venus,
they definitely did that,
and made Violet.
Because oh my god,
because even
Candy's mom,
Candy's mom was Violet's mom in the movie. Because if you see like the character Venus's mom in the book, Venus's mom is very supportive.
Sure.
Her father, her mom and dad are in a great relationship.
Yeah.
Like they have like...
It's Candy's mom that kicks her dad out for not making money.
Yeah. And that was... I'm like, why is that?
Yeah, they diminished Candy's character a lot.
Candy's not a character.
Candy's not... She was just a
girl, I played Candy. Candy was an extra.
One scene. And
she said what? And that's it. That was her one line. You know what I mean?
She's like, you're with her? Oh my God, Clint. And it was just like, how did you figure that out from a lunch date? It was just like...
Shorty didn't even have a name tag on. Like, how are we supposed to know that was Candy?
The other thing that bothers me is Clint's character in the movie. I feel like in the book, you genuinely felt like Clint was a good man.
Mm-hmm. And why is he not dark skin? Like, his dark skin was like a sexy quality of him. Why can't we have a sexy black man? Like, why does he have to be light?
I don't know. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
And Clint, like, he was a good man. Like, he was thoughtful. I felt like in the movie, he was just a tool. Like,
he just wanted to please his parents.
He wasn't kind.
No, he wasn't. No. They didn't develop anybody's character in the movie. No one. I enjoyed the mom because she's so ridiculous. But that's pretty much it. Everybody in that movie, even Sanaya Lathan's character, which I actually really like Sanaya Lathan as a person, but I didn't like her in that movie.
Did she bite Beyonce?
Yeah, she did bite Beyonce. Let's not forget about that.
We don't mess with Sanaya no more.
Did she really though?
She said if I did, it would be a love bite. Whenever someone says if
I did, girl, I did.
Let me give you some explanation why.
And even the way the movie ended, it was like, I guess she was accepting herself, but it was very impulsive. Like, it was weird. It didn't transition well as to how she accepted herself.
Yeah, like jumping in the pool. Like,
first of all, that is like absolutely unnecessary. If your feet hurt because you're at this party, girl, suck it up. You are 30-something years old. Suck it. Like, it's not like a moment.
Just sit down. Don't keep walking around.
This is absolutely unnecessary. There's no, just because I love myself doesn't mean I'm gonna run in a pool. Like, no. Like,
I don't know the way the mom's wig came off. Like, whose wig comes off like that? I don't know. I wore that down. Does not come off like that.
Really Mama did not pin that down at all. She just plopped it on her head. What's the fuck? She didn't know she was gonna be swimming that night. She didn't know.
She also didn't have a wig cap on.
True. I never wear wig caps.
I didn't notice that.
Thank you.
It was just bad. And
I didn't even realize that her wig was off until it was split. I was like, wow, her hair got nappy real quick. And when I saw boop, boop, I was like,
oh my gosh.
And then also, just like the haircut situation, I feel like the haircut in the book was so like, important. That's why like, the author put it in the beginning.
Yes.
The haircut was very like, it was actually like foreshadowing into what we were going to learn about Venus. So it was like, I'm cutting my hair off and over this, and she's going to basically, in the rest of the book, cut off everything that doesn't fit right.
Ooh, so she came prepared. The way she cut her hair, she cut off these people.
And she cut off that man.
So and then they took that out of the movie, which made it like, I didn't feel for Violet or whatever her name was.
The movie just, again, I feel really bad for saying this. I feel like the movie just kind of panders to black women. It's like, hey, black women, look, ha ha, and they didn't do a good job.
That's
true. They just want us to look at it and it was like almost no substance to it.
You know what would have been better if they made it into like a
series?
A series. Yeah. Like they had several episodes.
But that cost money, and they probably didn't want to give it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that would have made it so much better. Season 1, let's just put everything in the book. Like,
yeah. Oh, you think they had enough power to give a whole season 1 and season 2?
A little episode, maybe like 6 episodes.
I was thinking, yeah. But and it just ends. Like, if you want to read more about them,
I feel like the way that they did the movie, they left room for it to have a sequel if they can.
Oh my god, how did the movie end again?
Just
in
walking off.
They had Violet's character and the I forget the guy's name.
That black man. Yeah.
Right.
Or whatever.
I guess they just they got back in touch with each other. Like they were just talking though. It wasn't like they were in a relationship. They had a friendship going on of sorts. Yeah.
But how absolutely inappropriate it is for you to bring someone's daughter who's not your own to your engagement party.
Exactly.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
That makes no sense.
Exactly.
I guess they were trying to
someone you're interested in.
Thank you.
Daughter.
I don't know, like, you're picking up my daughter to go where? No, get out of here. We broke up.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
And then your fiance be like, who's this child?
Who's this baby?
When did we get a baby?
Touching everything, eating all the food.
And no, little girl, I don't care how old you are. You're not going to be sitting there touching everything with your bare hands.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I think they were trying to make Violet live vicariously through the little girl. Like it's like she was growing. Like she was trying to. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But they just missed it.
Yeah.
Like I get where they were going with it. Like okay, I'm realizing that I need to grow to love myself the way this little girl loves herself. Like she just loves her hair. And she loves. Yeah, I think they were trying to make her live through
She
her.
did a really good job with this.
Oh, I don't know. I just think they can deep sometimes.
She's just like low-key like a representative of the movie. Well, I see what they were trying to do here was
I was on set. It would have been much better if I was on set. But
no. We don't jump into pools. Okay, no.
Check this out. But
no one does this.
I think that was the point of the little girl, but it just didn't make sense with the way they portrayed the little girl, like in certain things, like her coming to the party. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
it's not realistic. I wonder how the author feels, because I feel like they kind of like if I watched that movie, it wouldn't, and I knew nothing about the book, and then I found out there was a book, I wouldn't go and read the book. I'd be like, oh, I'm not interested.
Yeah,
because they made it so different. So.
Yeah, and so superficial too. Yeah. So, would you recommend reading or watching the movie?
Reading, for sure. I would recommend reading over the movie. And the book, too, it's good. I just, I don't know. There were just certain parts of me that I was just like, what? Like you were talking about the timeline. I didn't understand how quickly he proposed to Candy. Like, how did you
Very quick.
How did you fall in love? And then you meant it, too.
He didn't. No, the thing is, he didn't fall. I don't think he fell in love with her when he proposed. It was just like he was in the moment and like enjoying that moment. And also, I think he was very angry at Venus for breaking up with him when, like, he's like, we were fine. Like, we were just, our relationship was fine. We weren't married, but we were fine. And you broke up with me. And he tried to get back with her.
He did several
times. She rejected that. Like, I think in that moment, he was sort of realizing everything that Candy could be, and just like got lost in the moment and proposed. And when he woke up, as I guess because he is a quote unquote good man, like he just said, well, I guess I'm gonna honor that. That proposal and make it work.
Candy's not a horrible person. Like, you could make it work or whatever. And I don't even fault Venus for ending the relationship.
I don't either.
Yeah, you know, like I was watching the movie with my boyfriend or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, she bugging. Why are you going like that?" You know, like, and I was like, "No, if you want a certain relationship, right? There's nothing wrong with demanding that relationship.
Exactly.
You don't pay that person's bills. Like, he doesn't need to be with you. If I want you to do this, that, and the third, or whatever, and you don't, all right, let's go find people that we can be compatible with. Right. So like, I know some people are like, oh, don't give a man an ultimatum. I don't say it's okay to give an ultimatum, but if you voice what you want, there's nothing wrong with demanding what you want. I
mean, I think also like if you tell your partner what it is that you want and express your desires, and he turns away and like it doesn't mean anything to him, does he really care about you?
Yeah. That's a huge sign.
Right. If he doesn't communicate, okay, this is why I can't give it to you.
Exactly.
You know, then girl, go find somebody else.
Don't waste your time.
Okay.
It's like you're the one putting in all the effort to come up with this dream house that you're the only one that's going to be living in it. There's no one else there. Like he might be outside talking about, yeah, girl, sure, I'll be there, but he's not actually in the house with you. Yeah. You're just coming up with your own fancy. Like, which a lot of girls do, actually.
Yeah, I think it's easy for women to do that because we don't really, I don't know, like we get more tied up emotionally easier than men do. And they keep themselves preoccupied with many things more easily. So then like if you don't make yourself a priority in the relationship, it's easy for the man to just like keep going on his day-to-day and not even realize that he's not making it a priority.
Right. Because we ask very little of men. Like, we ask very little.
For the most part,
It was like, we, kind of like Candy, we are kind of bred as little girls to be like, okay, so you're supposed to get married and have kids. Here's your little baby doll. Pretend to be its mom.
Right.
Like, you know, okay, this is what adulthood looks like or whatever, right? And like, so since we are kind of pressured into having, you know, this timeline, obviously the person that we're going to be with, he's just living his life, you know, doing it. We're going to pressure him too or whatever, right?
And then the thing is, I think men expect that from women. Like, they expect to get that because they're like, oh, this is...
Shawty want the ring.
Right.
And expect to be pushed to commit.
Yeah, I think so.
So you think if you're too laid back, your man's never going to commit? You really think that?
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I was like, 85% of men.
I feel like all I want to do is just kick it. We'd be like,
there's a small amount of men who's going to be like, no, we have to get married. But for the most part,
besides my brother, I don't know any other man who would be like, nah. Like,
I think it's a small faction.
I think most men, like, and it's not even that. Like, committing to a relationship, it's giving up your freedom, whether you're a man or a woman. It's like you're no longer like this individual. You're now, you have to mesh yourself with somebody else. That's not easy.
Not at all. Especially if someone's forcing you to do it. Can you imagine? Like,
that's pressure.
Like, I don't even want to really spend that much time with you. Like, now I have to.
I don't think people should give ultimatums, and I don't think like Venus did give Clint an ultimatum, like in the book. But the thing is, she said, like she broke up because they weren't getting married. When he came back, she was expecting him to say, oh, I hear you. Now I want to get married. She would have taken him back. But he didn't do that. Yeah. Because I think, like, you can't back somebody up in a corner and say, like, do what I want you to do. But, like, just express how you feel.
But, you tell them, this is what I want. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that. All right, cool. Get your stuff.
Exactly. Right.
She really told him exactly how she felt. She took her life into her own hands, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe you're right. Maybe not an ultimatum, because if he's like, okay, I love you and I want to do this, now you're forcing a person to do what they don't want to do, or whatever, right? But just make sure that you guys are on the same page. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then the person starts resenting you, like they don't like you.
I never even wanted to get married.
Right? 5 years, like if it wasn't for you, I would be dead.
You see that? That would have been me.
I would have been the top man in the hospital, whatever he was doing, a doctor or whatever. I mean, he would have been a doctor regardless, but I don't know.
You would have found something. Like, you see this gut? I would have had this gut if we was married.
Because she's like, what?
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So how do we close this? Read the book. It's a good book. Well, it's a good book. Yeah,
it's not like an amazing book. It's a good book.
Yeah, it's a good book too. Like a good easy read.
Yeah.
The movie, if you have an hour and a half, you want to never get back, that you want to waste, go ahead and watch it.
Just support Sanaa Lathan if you want to do that. Watch it, but
yeah,
maybe that's a girls like when you have your girls over,
right? Like that's true.
Yeah,
like it's a good movie to watch. Like if you could have it in the background while you do something else. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's not a good movie though. No,
it's not. Yeah, they didn't develop the characters enough. Okay, that's it. Any additional thoughts?
No, but thanks, Mika. That was a good suggestion to me. It's cool. It's good.
Cool. So, end it. Oh, do we have to close? We do have to close, right? How do we close?
Oh, no!